Hi everyone, welcome to PowerShell for Penetration Testers at Pentester Academy. In this video, let's continue the discussion on privilege escalation with the help of PowerShell. We were discussing the Power Up tool. In the previous video, we saw how misconfigured or poorly configured services could be used for privilege escalation. We also saw that even if we have poorly configured services, it depends on the triggering of the service or its startup type, whether our exploitation would be successful or not. Now let's see another interesting thing to look for privilege escalation, that is Windows registry. We can use get reg auto logon to list auto logon credentials from the Windows registry. So let's import Power Up here and check for auto logon credentials. Okay, it's get reg auto logon. I'm sorry, it's get reg auto logon, and there is a user configured to automatically log on this machine. Now an interesting thing is this function could be easily written by you. We just need to read a couple of registry keys, and if you found this on during any penetration test, do not be surprised if password is something like this because leaving credentials in plain text in Windows registry is really not advisable. Anyways, let's move on to the next method. This function allows for checking if the computer allows always elevated access to the MSI packages. So the name is a bit typical. It's reg always installed elevated. As always, you can see its examples. We will just run it without any parameter, even if more than one are supported. So no. Always elevated install is not enabled. If it was enabled, we could use write user at MSI to run an MSI which would run with elevated privileges. Because of this setting, that MSI shows a form to add username and password, and that user would be added. Now we saw services and registry. Now let's see if DLL hijacking is of any use for privilege escalation. Let's run invoke find DLL hijack. So it is listing most of the operating system services or processes. So let's see if we have something to exclude those. We can exclude Windows or exclude program files as well as processes owned by the current user. So here it lists all of these for PowerShell, and if we exclude owned as well, we have no such opportunities on this machine. We can also look for services which may have DLL hijacking vulnerability or misconfiguration. Nothing but as per this tool, Windows PowerShell. So no fun here till now. Another interesting or the most useful command of the PowerUp tool is invoke all checks, which, as the name suggests, run all the checks which we have seen till now in this video as well as the previous videos. So as you can see that we were able to enumerate that there are a couple of vulnerable services, a false positive about hijackable DL on Windows PowerShell, auto log on default credentials, there was no web config found, etc. So this way we can use PowerUp. Note that because PowerUp has a really large source code, we are unable to look at it, but at least for the easier path, for example, get reg auto logon, you should be able to enumerate it by yourself. I'm not writing it, but as an exercise, mimic the functionality of get reg auto logon using your own PowerShell code. The registry keys are present in HKLM, Microsoft, Windows NT, current version, auto logon. So that is the key path, and there would be two registry values there, default username and default password. So read those with the help of PowerShell, and that is the exercise for this video, but I'm not writing it. It is up to you. If you want to do it, it should be fun. So that is all for this video. Hope you enjoyed grabbing credentials in plain from registry. If you're enjoying your time at Pentester Academy, please recommend us to your friends and colleagues in the information security community.